Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the Strangler fig pattern. This is one of the cloud designs pattern. This pattern says that incrementally migrate a legacy system by gradually replacing specific pieces of functionality with new services and applications. So once all the features are migrated to new systems, then you no longer need the legacy application, so you can simply decommission it. um, when do we use this pattern? This pattern is very useful for migration projects. So you have a complex applications, and you want to migrate the um, you want to migrate the complex systems to new systems. So you can't simply migrate all the application, all the features, all the features all at once. So you are planning to migrate phased manner. When you are doing that, you want to simply maintain those two systems in your environment, so legacy applications and modern applications, and you want to give the control to the client to access the appropriate system. So in this case, the client has to know about all the various services. So and then it has to call the various services appropriately. So you don't want to give those informations. You don't want the client to calls the appropriate services. Instead, you want to control that behavior by yourselves in your applications environment. For example, we have a system A, which is our legacy system, and it has two features, two services. Assume that we have two services called uh, feature 1, feature 2, and then we have the modern system called system B, and you want to migrate all the services from system A to system B. So so you are halfway done with the migration. So you just have migrated only the feature 1 from system A to system B, and you want to redirect the control. You want to redirect the request coming to the feature, coming to access the feature service, which is feature 1 to the system B. Means then you have to handle that in some other layers. So this pattern says that we can create a strangler facade layer. So that facade layer is responsible for routing the request to the appropriate system. So here, so the facade layer is responsible for redirecting the request to the new modern system, which is system B. So the facade layer is responsible for doing all this redirection and all. And if there is no redirection done for that particular service, then it's going to call the legacy service always. So after sometimes, once all the features are migrated, then you no longer need to run the legacy applications. So you can simply remove that legacy application. So in this way, we are going to keep that migrations in a proper manner. So we are not going to disturb the application flow, and then we are not giving any informations to the client, because the client is no longer required to know about different system. So we are keeping all these informations within our facade layer itself. So this pattern is very useful patterns. Let's look at this diagram here. So we have early migration, we have this facade layer here, and we have modern system, and we have legacy system. So the request so this layer is responsible for sending the request to the modern system if that particular feature is already migrated, or it will redirect the request to the legacy system. So and once the migration is complete, then all the features are already migrated to modern system environment. So we no longer need to maintain the legacy system anymore. So you can simply remove the system. So yeah, this particular pattern is very useful, but we should not want to create this layer as a single point of failure. And then once all this migration are done, then we no longer keep this migration this layer anymore. You can simply remove this layer, and you can make the client directly access this modern systems instead of going through this facade layer. Yeah, this pattern is very useful for this kind of scenarios. But we should not be using this pattern when you don't want to intercept your backend request, and also uh, you are migrating a small applications, and you have the luxury or you have the possibility to migrate all that entire system all at once. In that case, you no longer need to use this kind of pattern. So yeah, this pattern is very useful, and I will leave the link of this particular article in my video. Please refer those informations, and if you have any questions, please feel free to add your comments in this video. Thank you.